stages ship. I am the 386SX machine.
Hi, welcome to another exciting episode of PC Voyage. I'm Diana McLean.
And I'm Rainey Laviolette.
And today we're going to be doing some fun stuff.
That's right. We're going to get into some entertainment software that we brought with us. And we're going to do some DOS stuff and some Windows stuff. And we're going to dive right into it.
Yes, so let's go. What should we do first?
Let's kill the music.
Okay, let's get rid of this music.
Thank you.
And, anytime. What would you like to do?
What we're going to do is we're going to talk about some Windows games first. And this is one of the newest products on the market, Microsoft Arcade. And if we can...
We're going.
Can I have the mouse?
We're slow here, but we're... Sure, take it.
I'm going to get right into this. I know it's on one of the windows here somewhere. There it is. Microsoft Arcade comes with 5. These are arcade games from the early 1980s.
I know kids that were my age, we grew up on this stuff, so loads of fun, brings back a lot of memories.
Elementary school?
Well, thank you.
And it comes with 5 games because of Battlezone, Asteroids, Missile Command, Tempest, and Centipede.
And what's your favorite, Rainey?
Oh, it's a toss-up between Missile Command and Centipede.
Well, mine's Centipede. What can I say?
Yeah, I'm better at Centipede than I am at Missile Command, but things don't change much. What they've done is let's go into Centipede. And each one comes with a quick helps. This is start a new game.
You can bypass that also.
Yeah, you can.
So
you can click here, so you can always skip it. But it tells you how to fire and how to pause the game. And we're going to click OK. And you can see it just running a sample of the scores. I'm only in 3rd place on here. I'm disappointed.
You can expand the screen also.
Yeah, we can go to full screen because if you don't want just the window, it gives you a little bit more area to cover. And you have such options as turning on and off the sound. We can skip the quick help at the beginning. You can go into player controls, fire with left button, fire with right mouse button, or fire with the key. And this is true on all the games. They give you all these options on all of them. We can also go in and customize the game. If you want to have more lives, you just take this. You can go up to 5 lives. We'll leave it back down to 3. Points needed for bonus life. So what a lot of people do at the arcades is the arcade has the ability to go in and modify certain aspects of the game. And you have here the flea wounded speed, the flea appearance speed, the different speeds of everything. You can slow them down or speed them up. Or you can always click back to the default and it'll always go back to the default. Now on the help, they've done something rather unique on this, is they've going into the history of the game. And they go into, as far as the help goes, they tell you here, for example, Centipede, which was completed in 1981, was an Atari coin-op game that swiftly won a wide following in the arcades. If you don't know what arcades is, they have a little thing here. It says what an arcade is. This must be like in the future or something.
Isn't that cute?
Really dumb, actually. They tell you who designed it. This guy here, Ed Logg, was formerly a programmer and project leader at Atari.
Unfortunately, they don't have Pac-Man on here. And I
No,
remember that as one of the Atari computer games
That's
that
true.
we all liked.
That's true.
Yeah.
Volume 2. Ms.
Volume
Pac-Man.
2.
Ms. Pac-Man. And you can also go into overview, playing of the games, scoring. They give you some strategies and hints. Like keep your house clean so you can move smoothly and swiftly.
And I never even saw that.
See?
And you're 3rd place?
All right, so you're in the first 2. So why don't we go in here and we'll start a game. We'll hit F2 to start a game. It asks you how many players. You can say 1, 2, or cancel. We'll just take 1 for this example. And it sounds, if you have a sound card, it sounds just like the arcade game. Now I found it. I'm not doing very well.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't have any excuses, I guess. I found that if you have like a 386, like I have at home, I have a 386-16. This doesn't run as well as it does on the 486 that we have here. But it plays, as you can see, it plays and sounds just like the arcade. You get the little spray that comes across the bottom, the little things filled the, I guess those are considered the fleas.
Okay, what else do we got?
Oh, sure. Oops, I didn't want to do that. We'll close it. We've also got Tempest, which was one I wasn't very good at. See, these are college for me.
Do we get to laugh at you doing this one too?
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Here, you play.
Oh, no, I insist.
Oh, thanks. We'll set this up for 1 player, and this is just like, again, the arcade. You can start at different levels. For those of you who remember these from the arcades, these are all very familiar. You can use the mouse or you can use the keyboard. Oh well.
And there we go.
There you go. I'm dive quickly here. I'm not really good at moving the mouse around on this one. Hey,
It is tricky. It is tricky because you're trying to rotate it instead of translate.
it doesn't translate. You want to try this one?
No, I've had enough of that. How about something else?
All right, she's had enough.
Let's see the other game.
All right, we'll minimize this one. We'll close this one up. Missile command, and like I said, all these have the different options you can go in and set.
You can also use the keyboard for these, so it's really nice if you're used to the old games where you felt more like you're, both hands there. And
Yeah, it's kind of hard with some of these. Some of these are natural with the mouse. In fact, this one here you need the keyboard for.
see?
I'm going to forget what the
Hint,
keys are.
hint.
I'm going to forget what the keys are here. You need the keys to run the missiles.
You can choose either the mouse or the keyboard, so whatever's more comfortable. I'm sure a lot of people recall this, though, huh?
Oh, I'm sure. I was never very good. I made it past the first level. What can I say? We got this one. Now, if you notice asteroids, I mean, these are all translated by Microsoft into Windows. Let's go into full screen mode on this. Now, this is just like playing
This is fun. Now everyone knows this game, I'm
This
sure.
one here was like one of the first ones. And they did a nice job translating it. And for obvious reasons, the documentation that comes with these is sparse. But they did a nice job setting them up. If you can't figure these out, you don't deserve to be playing them, I guess is the rationale for it. But it plays just like the arcade. Crash. And then the last one that
And
comes...
Battle Zone. Always go from right to left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battle Zone's one of those
Battle
that... let's go full screen.
Real sneaky.
F2, starting the game. And this one here is not a little bit better to play with a mouse as well.
The keyboard?
Oh, the keyboard, thank you. I know what it is.
Let's see.
There we go, got
Crash.
a lot of these are very simple as far as graphics go, but they were simple in the arcade. They couldn't be very complicated.
And people love them.
Oh yeah.
They love to play these games.
They made lots of money on these. And they all they are too, because I bought this one. Get over there, get him! The 21,000 high score is not mine. I think my high score is like 5,000. Come on, he's gonna shoot, I'm not doing too bad, this is still the first guy.
Okay, but we don't want to spend the whole show
wait a minute
doing
here,
this.
I'm not doing too bad here.
Come on now, Rainey, give it up.
Let me at least break my high score here. Enemy to the left. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. He's gonna fire.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
Oh, he's firing.
Ooh.
Oh, we're dead.
We're dead.
We're dead.
Well, that's it for those games.
That's
Thank
it.
goodness.
Now this here, you can pick it up in most of the stores around here, and they've got 4 different. They've got the Microsoft. What do they call those things? Entertainment
packs. They have 4 of them?
4 of those.
Yes.
And then they just came out with this one. Plus, they also have Microsoft Golf, Microsoft
Flight Simulator.
That's the one I was thinking of.
So many different things like
But
that.
I bought this one because it was something that I remember from my college days.
Oh, yes, and my younger days.
Oh, please. We're going to pop out of Windows now.
And we're going to show you how technology has progressed in the last 10 or so years. And what do we want to start off with? Rebel Assault or Seventh Guest?
Seventh Guest.
The Seventh Guest. The Seventh Guest is a great game. It's a CD-ROM drive. The only thing is it does have some material in it that you might not want children to see. So use your discretion.
You mean like Mortal Kombat Blood and Guts, you mean? Or?
Well, there's a story. They give you a videotape, and it tells this story, a mystery of this man who lives in this great mansion, and unfortunately, there's supernatural events occurring and all sorts of mysterious things, but yeah, blood and guts, basically.
But I mean, it's not a fight game or anything like that. You have to progress from room to room.
Yes, but there's this big story, and it's a little gory, and I don't
Skeletons
think
and ghosts
children, a little more so than that, a little more so than that, children it wouldn't be appropriate for children. So, let's see. You can start that one up.
I don't know how to start this up.
Oh, gosh, yes you do. I don't think I remember
I can do the other one, but I
either.
can't do this one.
I think it was T7G, but I'm not sure. Nope.
Nope.
See?
All right, let's give it a shot.
Okay, let's check.
give it a
What
shot.
was it?
Let's see.
ID, that's what it was.
Now these are DOS games, obviously, because we're out of Windows.
So
Oh, we
we
have-
No, we don't. That's it, right there. You got it. It's got the nice, mysterious music. It's pretty exciting. There's a series of puzzles and games you have to solve to get more information about the story. So it's pretty exciting, and it keeps you going on and on until you try to figure out the whole puzzle.
How do we get into it from here?
To get into it,
And I noticed also that it comes on 2 CD-ROMs.
We can
It's,
start a new
it's a little bit
game.
more for just one CD-ROM,
It's
so
a-
it comes on 2.
Ouija board, similar to a Ouija board, and here we are, we're going into the room. It has graphics, real actors filmed for this game.
And then they digitize them into the game.
Yeah. So it's pretty neat to see that.
And a lot of these, too, you really want to have the sound, especially for the 7th guest, and you're going to really want the sound
The
card.
sound is everything. Just playing this in a dark room at night is something else, I'll tell you.
Nightmares?
Not me. Not at all. But see that, isn't that amazing? On the computer.
On the computer.
What a difference from asteroids.
Big change. Big change.
Now we have to wait for this. We
Now,
might have to wait
now
a
how
long
hard-
time for this.
How hard was this one? How hard was this one to install?
This was tricky to install. A few people that I've talked to called up because they were having trouble with it. You really have to know something about computers to feel comfortable with this game.
How's the
And one of the
documentation?
things was the IRQ numbers, things like that. So you have to be familiar, type MSD, see what's available to set it up so you get the proper sound and the proper voice simulation. So this is the story, and we don't want to go into the story.
How do we get out of the story?
How do we get out of the story? Well, generally, up on the top, you should get a pyramid.
Uh-huh. We ain't getting no
We
pyramid.
ain't getting no pyramid, so let's see, what can we do?
If all else fails.
This is a 10-minute story that tells all about the mystery, the introduction to the mystery. And I think we're
I
going
think
to
we're
watch
stuck. I think
it.
we're stuck.
But you can see it's like watching a real movie, and then once you do that, you're interacting with the movie
Well,
itself.
why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break?
That is a wonderful idea.
We'll come back and we'll get right into this one when we come right
Okay,
back. So we'll
sure.
be right back after a quick break.
Can you picture the live show?
Watch for PC Voyage weekly on your local community access channel.
Well, we're finally made it past the introduction. Now we're going to start getting into the
We're
game.
back. We're into the mansion. Can you believe it? Look at that. Isn't that creepy? Here's the hand that waves. If you want to go to the left, you can just turn. Oh, it doesn't want you to go to the left. It wants you to go straight. The hand will point. Now, if you want to go into a room, you can just click right on, and you'll go into here. And it's amazing, the graphics of this. Look at it. Something else or what? Now you can move around the room with the mouse and look for icons, a puzzle icon or a mysterious icon to see a mysterious happening.
I guess our host wants
Here's
us
an
to
example
fend
of
for
one of
ourselves.
the settings, one of the stories that'll give you hints on how to solve the greater puzzle.
regrets.
And with
great
this, you can always
mystery.
go to the library too, and you said you can get some
Oh
background
gosh,
information.
and there's all sorts of secret passages and everything. It's really fun once you get into it.
Now, can you leave the room without solving the puzzle, or do you have to solve
You
the puzzle?
can leave the room and go somewhere else. However, some puzzles are only open if you solve others. So it's a good idea to do that, or else you might just be wandering the halls forever.
What's the guy
Okay,
laughing at the
now-
bottom of the screen for?
That's the mysterious occurrence, but we don't want that. Now here's the brain teaser. Now once you solve that, you'll find another clue to the mystery. It's the music.
Become a grave digger now, have we?
Isn't that cute?
You are a glutton for punishment.
So then you go and you solve the puzzle. I already solved this, but I'm not going to do it again because it'll take a while. But
So when you solve this one, what happens?
the eyeball says that you can do something, and you use that, you click on, and you figure out, given all the clues from the people in the setting there, it'll help you to figure it out.
Now, what kind of a clue, so this is very interactive. It's not just a watch and see and try to solve us.
You solve this clue, and then they'll tell you something else. You go from there. Now, here's a game. How about if we go up to, see, we're going away from that. We go up to the game that is a little more advanced to see some ideas of what's going on.
Okay. So we're going to end up back in the
Okay.
hallway.
So we're back to the Ouija board type thing here. And we can,
Okay, don't click restart. We don't want to do that again.
okay, I won't. Okay, why don't you do it?
Oh, so what is the map?
The map is the map of the house, so you can see where you're going, what you need to do, because it's a good idea to go in every room
Mm-hmm.
and find out everything about this man's stuff.
Let's see, I had that here. There we go. So it's showing us the second floor.
Yeah, you don't really want to do that anymore. So why don't you say farewell
Oh,
to that.
can I do a return back, or will it bring me back to the
And
staircase? Or
what- Yeah, it would.
it brings me back to this room
So
again.
back to where you were, yes.
As you can see, you're moving around the room, so you can get different views of the whole room, and then you can walk out of the room again. Well, why don't we get into the other game that we brought with us?
Okay, that's a great idea.
This is really wild. You can play this for hours. How many
Oh,
nights sleep have
okay.
you missed because of this?
Too many. Too many. Oh, the next game is a really great game. Why don't you tell them about that?
Well,
Well,
the next one is from LucasArts, and again, very much like, or unlike The Seventh Guest, this is an arcade quality game. Excuse me.
isn't that great?
And it's a Star Wars Rebel Assault. And what you do is you go through the different levels of Star Wars. First level, you're in a TIE fighter, and then you can go to the walkers, and
Oops,
here, I'll
excuse
trade
me.
you.
And
You
this
don't-
one is great. It
we go.
reminds you just of Star Wars. Just like you're one of those guys going in the... It's loads of fun.
One of the things that we found with Rebel Assault is that the setup instructions, because we labored over this for at least an afternoon,
Oh, yeah.
the instructions as far as setting this up are very complicated. But
Extremely complicated. They tell you to
Extremely
change your... They tell you to copy your auto-exec, your config sys file, onto a floppy and reboot your system that way.
yeah.
Change everything around. Extremely complicated.
And even at that point, we still had a lot of software crashes. So what we ended up doing is actually, CompuServe had an update to this. This is 1.4. The one that's on the CD-ROM was 1.2. So we downloaded the fix for this, and actually it's been fine ever since, even without the special boot disk that they went ahead and told you to make and everything else. And it
Now
starts.
check this out. Doesn't that remind you? More memories. Isn't that
Again,
great?
my late high school days.
Now we wanna start a new game.
And if you know the passcodes, there's like 5 different levels to this. If you know the passcodes, you can flip from one level to the other without having to complete it.
It is morning at a rebel base on
Here's the
planet
start of the
Tatooine,
game,
where a young pilot is
and
embarking
the
on a
first thing
crucial
that we're
training
going to do is hit a canyon to do some practice our flight skills. And once you get by that, there's so many different things. You end up in a field, hovering over mountains, shooting targets, and God knows what else comes next.
One of the things with this is that, because it's a DOS game, you can use your mouse. It is mouse compatible, but you can also use a joystick. And in fact, in a lot of the screens on here, a joystick would almost be easier to use.
It seems like it would be much easier, much more fun to use a joystick.
Yeah.
So we still need to get off the cliff. You can't just look at that. Isn't that amazing? And we're actually in there.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
Right.
Let's watch you crash.
Okay, I am good at crashing.
Yes, sir. Good. We're approaching the canyon run. Begin with basic flight maneuvers. Stay tight, follow our lead, and stay clear of the walls.
So you can steer it just like, whoop, there, see, I'm
Bouncing
flashing
off the
already,
walls.
bouncing off the walls. That's me.
Well, the further
Good
you
at
go,
bouncing
your
off
damage
the
does go down. The unit does repair itself. It's not as easy as it may seem.
It
Either.
looks very easy, but
She's a warning.
You can go with him, but if you're really a hot shot, follow me to the
Oh,
right.
she's critical. Dive, dive, dive. Let me give this a shot. Let's see if I can make it further.
it is so much fun. No,
I've made it into the
Stay tight, follow our lead, and
I made
stay
it
clear of
past
the
there.
walls.
It's amazing once you get it over the canyon. But they also have those walkers on the desert, and you can shoot them, and they'll shoot back at you, and all those characters that you just really loved from Star Wars, and instead of watching it, you're interacting with them.
There we go.
Oh yeah, show off, Rainey.
That's my job.
Show off.
I'll take the easy way though.
Good. Maybe you'll make it over the far side.
The far side? No, that's the wrong show.
No, it said see you on the far side. Oh, there he goes. He's not gonna last long. Get under there. Come on.
Whoa, I never made it over that before. Come on.
He's never seen that one before.
Yeah, I caught up back with the other unit. Am I gonna make it out of this
Okay,
level?
you're going up. You're going up. You're going over.
Oh, come on.
Yep, here we are. Now watch this. This is great. Yes, we're flying way up there.
This is a first for me.
I know.
Prepare to engage target drones.
Let's see if you can do it.
Stay with us.
Isn't it great? Now you got to follow those other aircrafts and shoot those targets and make sure you don't go into any of those mountaintops. Good job.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, crash. So where did your crew go? Where did your people go? Come on, you can do it. Isn't that great?
The graphics on this are really good. Now I don't want
It
to give
is
this up. Now that
really
I've done this, I want to give it up.
Ah, there
Hey,
we
a
go.
different way to crash.
Different way to crash.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we go to the address, we'll come back, we'll get back into Windows, and then we'll show a couple of quick little things
That
before we
sounds
take a break
terrific.
here. Well, we don't have to
Okay.
figure this out anymore.
Great.
We'll be right back. If you have any suggestions, comments, whatever, throw them to us in the mail, and we'll be more than happy to try to answer them for you.
Sure.
Let's get back out of this thing.
Hi, welcome back. We're going to show some games that Microsoft Windows automatically
Provide you.
provides you.
Right.
Yes.
Now that they come into this guise that they're there to teach you how to use Windows, so because there's a lot of mouse action and stuff like that. But
Right.
I think it's just a lot of time to be
Oh,
wasted in an
everybody
office.
needs a little bit of fun, right? Once in a while. So here's Solitaire, traditional game. Loads of fun, right?
But you-
Especially when you have a color monitor. That really helps.
Windows on monochrome is not real fun. Now
No.
with Solitaire, you can vary the game a little bit. You can play You know, if you're used to playing one card, you're used to playing 3 cards, you only go through it once. The options are pretty good.
Choose what kind of deck you want.
Yeah, they give you a dozen different
Be
decks.
really mysterious, just like the seventh guest.
Go to the decks again.
Okay, sure.
Click the one in the bottom right.
Right here?
Nope, next one over,
This
right
one?
there.
Okay.
Now this guy here is pretty cool because he actually, every so often while you're playing the game, you notice a little card comes out of his hand. The 4th ace will slip out of his sleeve.
Now, you know, I never knew that, Rainey.
See?
You can double click so you don't have
See, there
to
it
keep
goes.
moving
There
things
goes
over.
one. You
I
missed
missed it. I
You
missed it. I missed it again.
Now you can also change the options. Go into the options menu.
Okay. Whoop. Here we go.
Options.
And options.
Now you can draw 1 or 3. You can do standard, Vegas, none. As far as scoring goes, you
The
can.
scoring's down
The
here
only
at the
problem with the
bottom
Vegas
of
is
the
that
corner.
the only problem with the Vegas is that if you lose, you get a bill from Bill Gates.
So look at, see, you get 3 cards for the 3 draw instead of the 1. And look at the Vegas.
Now, can you
scoring.
actually win this without cheating?
I can win this every time.
Now, you can't really cheat on this. The LS2 version of Solitaire allows you to really cheat. But what this one does is this version here allows you, like, say, if you had 2 red 5s and you had a 4, you could put on either one and then move it around. You can pull cards back off the deck. So there's certain things you can do to cheat. Kind of stretches the game out a little bit. But it's still a fun game, and it's one of those, like we said, it comes with Windows. So.
And here's Minesweeper. That's another fun one. You can choose what type of sound effects you want too to go with your Minesweeper in the control panel. So that's a lot of fun
Well,
too.
I see, I don't have a sound card.
You
so
could
doesn't
have it
matter.
do all sorts
Now, how
of
good are you
different
with
things.
this?
Oh, hear it with
Oh,
the
yeah.
sound card? It makes a big difference. Well, if I think I'm pretty good.
We want to see you die here.
I'm good at that too.
Is there an explosion or something?
Yep, just watch, just watch. I'll be there in a minute. Here, the 3, next to the 3. That should do it. Right here.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, there.
There we go,
Crash,
there we go.
bang, boom.
Oh, hey, an explosion.
There's the explosion.
Oh, wow, that's cute.
And
So that about wraps it up for
that's
games.
about it,
That's
yep.
about it. We don't have any more time. They're
boy,
kicking
that
us outta
was
here.
fun, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And if you have any games that you play, just send us a line, and maybe we'll see if we can get those
Oh,
on here at
sure.
some point.
We'd love to try them out.
That's right. Send them to us. Free games.
And don't forget to watch next time.
That's right. That about wraps it up. I'm Rainey Laviolette,
And I'm Diana McLean.
and we'll see you next time. I never saw the explosion before.
See?